welcome back to the Age of Desolation. Let's do a recap. Who would like to start us off?
All right. So to start out with, the planet Travalis 3 is currently being used as a refugee world for people, and there is an escape ship. Can't remember exactly what it's called off the top of my head. Do you have that, Cole?
I do. It is called Liberator.
The Liberator. All right. But in order to get off the ground, they need another supply of fuel and other supplies and what other good not stuff. So another ship called the Baron. It was on its way to deliver the fuel and other necessary supplies to keep the multitude of people that should normally not be there alive and happy.
I would like to state that the Liberator does have some fuel. It is
Yeah.
flyable, but does not have reserves. Like it could
Yeah, exactly.
make where it needs to go.
Yep.
Anywho, sorry.
Kylum was working with his friend and mentor Gresham. He went over and through the behest of the captain, went over and gave some food, handed out some food to the travelers who were on the Baron on their way to Travalis 3, including Ajax here. Not much was said because both of us are incredibly introverted characters.
I will say, I will give you a recap of each of the people.
Yes, do that.
There's a Zakon, there is a Daovian, who she seems quite nice, 2 human sisters, who have
really nice.
Oh, that was loud. Who are actually quite nice, named Lexi and Loria. And there was a tab named Toronto, and there was Ajax, of the people in the and of the crew members.
I just exist on the ship.
Picked up at some point.
And then we'll head to the ground. Does someone else who was on the ground want to explain what happened?
Well, I'd love to.
How about Ari?
You're nothing.
Yeah, I can recap some of it. So hold on. I know that Valkyrie got dropped off basically on their surface and wanted to take along with the person that she'd been traveling with. And they said, yeah, no, not really, but if you want to get back on the ship, that's fine. Sort of thing. That person ended up going to my character, who was my informant for some information that I was looking for. And I know Peter's character, Bren, and then Amber's characters, who I can remember.
Tara and Petra.
Yeah. And Valkyrie all kind of met up in the market area, kind of outside the opera house where my character was. And there ended up being a bit of a scuffle, a fight between
Zakon inventory.
Zakon, yeah. And
I remember that.
Petra and Tara kind of got in the middle of that. Crest didn't really break it up, but kind of intervened with all of that and checked in on everybody. And as of doing so, the Harbinger ship showed up. So, does that sum it up pretty okay, or did I miss some big points?
Yeah.
No, that sounds about right.
That does sound about right. Bren interacted with Isaac, because Isaac was working on repairing Bren's ship and thrusters, and found that after pulling a large chunk the thruster out and being like, yeah, no, this is actually trashed. That they would need ship repaired parts, and the ship would most likely need to be repaired in atmosphere or in a dry dock. And hopefully the parts being shipped in by the Baron would help with that, to at least get it in the air. At the same time, Tanis, Arthur's character, showed up and was interested as well. He was interacting with them. And then that's when the fight started and blah, blah, blah from there. Otherwise, yeah, then the ship came in. All the telepaths received a very sharp pain in their temple. I would like to state that Ajax, you are starting with 1 less nerve. So you have a -1 to nerve. You've taken nerve damage. But yeah, and then you guys were off on your way after Cressida kind of grabbed everyone who's in the area that was still there, which was the majority of you guys. Well, it actually was you guys, except for Kylam and Ajax, and said, we're going to go help the ship. And then you guys went off and started to help the ship. And then, of course, the...
Alright, I got the -1 nerve. I didn't hear anything else.
Oh. Wait, what do you mean?
I heard -1. I start off with 1 less nerve.
Oh, you're just taking 1 nerve damage.
Okay. Didn't know there was anything else. Mostly because it was fish water.
But you took 1 nerve damage because you failed to save.
Josiah failed the save.
Hey!
Ajax failed to save. Ajax's player was asleep, so Ajax failed to save. Either way, though, as you guys are running toward it, it had crashed kind of like on a cliffside, which isn't like a cliff; it's more like a hill, a very large hill, and one of the cargo containers exploded outward, taking a majority of the side of the hill with it. And leveling that portion. And then that's kind of where you guys got to at that point, and you've now made it up to the ship. And I will say, as you guys are making your way up, what we'll say for you guys before we switch back over is that you're gonna obviously see this thing is smoldering, smoking, and burning in lots of different areas. And the front third of the ship has been severed thanks to a piece of debris that came down and connected with the ship. The other third of the ship is behind another hill and is exploded. I guess I shouldn't say exploded, more crashed, but either way. And you guys all see, at least those of you who are outside, see a strange anomaly kind of get pushed down within the ship. But we'll switch over to Kylam and Ajax. Inside the ship, Ajax, you awaken. You are strapped into your chair within this kind of retrofitted cargo bay into a crew lounge. Your ribs hurt really bad, and your temples hurt really bad as well. Like your mind has been cranked. Have you roll perception?
That is my perception. Oh, where are you? Ah, yes, okay.
You know what?
Fantastic.
I will
Starting off with a 13.
So 13. All right. Not too bad of a roll. There you go for the owlbear for everyone. That it will be what you guys can use. For now, but don't interact with too much. You'll see it there. 13.
Hey.
Yes. Looking around, you can see what seems to be a mixture of people, all of the people you've already met. are groaning and trying to wake themselves back up. You see over on the side that the Zakon has made a dent in the wall because he was not strapped in. Or if he was, the straps didn't keep him in because he's so big. But the majority of other people seem to be okay. Nobody seems to be too damaged.
Can you pause for a second, Cole?
Mm-hmm.
It's fish water right now.
Fish water?
So you sound like
Is it-
fish water to
Hang
him.
on.
Oh,
Sound like you're in water.
gotcha. I understand now.
Yeah.
Let me switch to my phone for Discord, maybe.
What, Qatar doesn't have fiber optic internet? That's insane. Would have guessed.
Oh, good. Yes, I don't know. Are you guys able to see the map?
It took me a couple times to load it because my
I'm
internet's being weird too.
I'm still making dinner, so.
It's not super necessary yet, but it's there. I will say that the front
Okay.
half where you can see the actual cockpit is not there. That is simply a piece that is separated.
I'm interested that this site is called Owlbear, when obviously it's just a rip of a moonkin of World of Warcraft.
Owlbear? Wait, what? A moonkin?
Has anybody in here played World of Warcraft?
I haven't.
A little bit.
Okay, so the moonkin, if you play druid, you can turn into a owlbear essentially.
Well,
Except it has antlers.
Another
the
class.
site being named Owlbear is in reference to the D&D Owlbear creature.
Ah, look at me, big old dummy. Moonkins are base though. Still never changed my mind.
Nice. Torin,
Yes,
you there?
Conrad, I do. Or did.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Sweet. So, what did you not hear?
I know the ship is battered. I heard a lot. Then you went into a decent amount of description for the Zakon,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't really understand what you were saying about the Zakon.
Okay. The Zakon has made a dent, a large impact in the far wall. He is still alive. He's kind of groaning and getting up. There's a weird sound coming from your mic.
Turn on noise suppression.
I'm also on my phone trying to
It's
get
just
it
like
to
a-
connect to my earbuds.
Wow, wow. And that's something like, what the...
Sounds like a fan or something.
Yeah.
Better?
Um,
Nope.
That's just constant.
It's just constant now.
Give me a sec.
Okay. Dang it. It's not us this time.
It's playing in my earbuds this time.
All right. I'll turn
There we
it
go.
up.
You must punish the citizens of Qatar for their shitty internet.
Alright, you see, it's my fault for not paying for the better crap. And tomorrow I'm going to go pay for the better crap.
I would also like to state that in our recap, we missed the fact that the Harbinger ship overtook and destroyed, or mostly destroyed, a Forgeborn ship that was sitting in orbit as a protective measure. But either way,
I
Torin,
hear the forged burner.
the Zakon has made a large indent in one of the walls. He is getting up, and he's not unharmed, but he's not dead. But it seems like his seat must have either he lost him, like the seat wasn't clipped, or he broke through the clips on impact. because he's quite large. But Toronto, the tab, is kind of walking around and checking on everybody individually. And you can see the other person that is most awake, other than you, looks to be the Daovian, who is quite friendly. And she, she's unclipping herself and also checking on people.
Might as well unclip myself and might as well look for the small child who served me food earlier.
Okay.
As the adults clearly are taken care of.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead. If you're looking around this cargo bay, obviously he's not in here. The door you can attempt to interact with.
Cool. Does it still have power? That's the question.
You go to interact with it, and it goes doop, 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 and then it like opens and closes, and then it goes and does it again, and then it goes and it kind of like locks itself. It's now stuck, like part open.
Cool. How big is the gap?
Like half a foot, 6 inches. At the longest point, it's like 3 at the shortest.
Can I try and force it apart even more using my abilities?
We don't have telekinesis, but
I do have energy.
yes, if you can describe how you use it.
So, when I see it, if I can use energy to cut through stuff, why not use energy to try and create like a from a jack or a wedge to slam down and stuff wider?
Yeah, you could do that. Are you gonna try and use Forge to do that?
Might as well.
Okay. Yeah. You I'd say you consume the necessary energy to forge. And in doing so you're able to create a long, I'd say it's a blade, but you kind of you're able to kind of push it open. I'm going to have you roll a brawn.
Yeah. Okay, that's only a d20. Oh man. And that figures I roll a 5.
Okay. Yeah, this blade alights in your hand and as you create it, and it kind of turns itself black along the length of the blade, matching your eyes. And you're trying to push it and push it and push it. And you hear a and it actually kind of starts to even it out a little bit, but it's not moving otherwise. Let me see. Toronto's going to come up behind you, and he will kind of like try to take hold of the blade as well, and he's able to grip it. And he goes, on to 3, ready? And you're both able to push it. And the door goes and opens up. Nice and easy this time. In the hallway, however, you can see lots of cables have fallen through the ceiling. There are metal plates and abrasions and stuff all over this entire space at this point. It's all heavily damaged. It's not looking good. And you'd even say there's maybe a little small fire off in the corner. It's not spreading, but it seems to be an electrical fire. And he says, you, and he points over at the Daovian. He says, you seem to be the next most capable. I'm going to leave. I need to find a way out. I'm so sorry, he says. And he'll dash off in one of the directions down the hallway. From what you'd imagine, the opposite direction of where engineering is. And the Daovian will kind of like, okay. Yes, everyone, let's gather and try to make our way out of here. you look like you're already leaving, Ajax. Can you try and find people?
Whatever.
What'd you say?
Whatever.
This is no time for negativity now. And she'll start kind of gathering people and moving them. You can see the sisters are like, this is so uncool. And the Zakon is limping his way out. But you make it down one of the hallways and you continue to look. You're not exactly sure quite where engineering is, so you can try and roll perception, or I'm going to actually have you roll and examine as you're looking through the ship to try and locate him.
Well, that's a much better roll of 18.
A what?
That's a much better roll of 18.
18? Okay. Yeah, you're searching through some different locations. You stick your head in what seems to be the galley. And at first you don't see anyone in here, and then you realize that there is a Delton whose head has been impacted on the counter, and he is definitely not alive anymore. Some point in the crash, he must have hit it. He also
Who's not alive anymore?
The person in the galley, whoever the cook was a Daovian.
Oh.
Not Daovian, excuse me, a Delton. So his android head is cracked open in this section here. There's strange fluids and stuff leaking out, and you can see his eyes are just dead. There's no glow.
Well, there goes the perfect shaft.
And there are a couple other people who have actually been impaled on a chair in here as well from the impact. The sheer force of it shoved them to the chair and is now jamming out their back and is not looking good at all. There's no use in attempting to heal them. Excuse me. They are very dead.
Not my concern anyways.
Exactly. Sticking your head in another room, you find cargo, but nothing of use because it seems to all be incinerated. You're surprised that even this doorway is survived anymore. It seems like the next one over from this exploded upon impact or at some point when you were knocked out. Because you can see everything is open at this point. So it's an exit, but it's all smoking and burning in here. And there's a large hill that's now gone. But yeah, you continue to search and you start making your way forward towards what you can now see is labeled as engineering. Kylum.
Hi.
You are lodged underneath a large plate of some kind, and your friend Gresham is holding up another chunk of them on his back, seemingly stopping them from crushing you or crushing both of you. You're not sure if he lodged himself under here on purpose or if he's actually just here. I'm going to say this is pretty easy for you to notice. You see a large pole of some kind has lodged itself into his back and out his ribs. So he is holding this up while also in serious pain.
Yeah.
He is definitely bleeding from that point, but a majority of the blood that would be coming out of it is currently locked away behind the pole.
Yeah. Okay.
He's kind of looking at you, and he's trying to move one arm and move the material away from you as he's holding the rest up with his back.
Yep. Okay. Gresham, are we gonna die?
Oh, I sure hope not, he says, and he lifts part of it, and you can feel it start to get release you as you're able to actually start breathing again. You are not feeling good at all.
No.
Your ribs are definitely something is broken.
So, I feel turn over to the side a little bit while clutching the ribs, just. I'm gonna try and take a look around.
Okay, roll perception.
Okay. That was not in my depletion roll, which is good.
That is good. That's instinct, not
Yeah.
cognitive.
Right now, that's all Kylan's running off of.
Yep.
12.
Because you do have a depletion level.
12.
12. All right. A lot of this is fairly obvious to you.
Yeah.
A majority of the metal is seemingly kind of domed over you right now, thanks to mainly your friend. A piece of metal that's now being lifted off of you. You're able to get and kind of crawl underneath and back out. And you make your way out of that dome. To see around engineering there are plates and conduits and tubing that are all mishmashed and torn apart, and pieces are cut and severed, and there's definitely a fire happening in here from something. You're not sure what it's causing it, but it's a bright golden glow on your face that you can definitely feel the heat from. It's very close to you. Doesn't seem to be spreading to anything right now. Kind of hard to do that with metal.
I turn back around and I try and start lifting metal to try and see if I can get Gresham out of there. And I say, Gresham, we need to get you out of here.
He's gonna kind of wave you off and say, "You remember that gift I told you about?"
Yeah.
Find the Omni tool.
What?
Find my Omni tool. Find it. Come on. He says, and he like gestures to you. And he's still trying to move it and shift it all.
Okay. I search for the Omni tool.
All right. Go ahead. Roll and examine.
Examine. Cool. 11.
11. All right. You're trying to search through, and you last saw it on the table. The table is, well, you're not sure where the table is. It seems to have been severed, and parts of it have been broken off. You're searching through different pieces and metallic panels and such, and trying to open them or pry them open to locate them. You're not actually able to find the Omni tool. But
wonderful.
Turning around, you feel a weird hum and like almost ozone-ish as your hair and scales start to stand on end again. The doorway to engineering seems to be all damaged, and you see it just go and opens itself up, as if like split down the middle and opening up, unnatural. And you can see even like parts of the door frame itself and the metal surrounding the door are also splitting open. And floating into the room is a strange entity. You've never seen anything quite like what you're looking at. It's almost godlike in a sense. It has strange, smooth, and linear designs going through it. They're gold, silvers, and blacks. And there's a strange, almost human skull kind of drifting up in the middle, and it seems to be hovering there and kind of moving. But a majority of the actual machinery is centered within its main body. And the skull will kind of drift over to look at you, and you can see the eyes of it kind of glow.
Kylan, like, falls back a bit and tries to, like, back up immediately.
Okay.
Just
do so. That brings more attention to you, sadly, as your movement is now like drawing its focus. It starts to hover towards you, and that hum and that zoom, like that the vibration is it literally it's just kind of like it is no movement from it. It just hovers towards you. And you can see its eyes go doo, doo, and it scans over you, and then speaks something in a language that you can't understand. And it seems to be, and it brings up like a panel of some kind. It starts to interact both with its hand, and there's another panel over here that seems to interact with itself. seems to be cataloging you.
Okay. Kylam does nothing as this is happening. He's frozen right now in fear.
Okay. Ajax,
Oh boy.
you didn't notice something like this move past you, but you were also searching through the cargo bay, through other areas, and upon reaching engineering, you can see the doorway has peeled itself open, and standing inside it is a very large, hovering inside it, is a very large, regal, and godlike entity that seems to be interacting with a small half Marquen who is crammed himself in a corner, almost in like a fetal position. And you see a very large, what seems to be Omni-Tool device up directly above him, lodged inside of the mechanism. Is there anything you're doing?
All right.
I will send an example of what this thing really does look like.
To really be spotted by this thing, I'm going to attempt to create the dark energy cloud around the area.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll power.
Okay. Is not bad.
14?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You kind of form the energy up in your hands, then like shoot it out as the particles kind of create almost a darkness. It's like a blurriness, which then starts to fog up further. It's like a crackling of energy, like a little storm cloud kind of occurring. Pushing through it, you can feel it kind of like arc off of you. Kylam, there's this sudden darkness that just pushes inward, and you can see the eyes of the machine, of the thing.
The thing.
Dim out as you cannot see them any longer. The kind of gold silver gaze that it had. You hear the mechanical wreckage over where Gresham was laying start to shuffle and move, and you hear him grunt as something clangs, and you hear what seems to be the thing in front of you get hit with something. And you hear him scream out, "Run! Run for your life!" I will say in that moment, you kind of back up and then reach up just to like push yourself off, and you feel the Omni-Tool lodged in what is above you.
I look up and yank the thing as best I can.
Yeah, you're able to. It frees itself surprisingly easy for how big it is.
The thing's huge.
So you know where the door is, and you know the thing was between you and the door, but you don't know where it is.
Where the thing is
moved. Yeah.
I know the basics of where I was, so I'm gonna like try and reach the wall and scoot along it.
Okay, kind of going around where you were previously.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're scooting around. You reach the fire, which now is visible to you, and you can see little arcs of energy kind of arcing off of the fire as it's moving. You start to see that the darkness is kind of reverting back to what it was previously. It's only lasting a couple seconds, but you make your way around very quickly, and you get to the doorway just as the darkness starts to fade, and you can see the machine it just has its hand like this, and Gresham is just hovering there, like eyes wide, unable to speak. And the head rotates around 360 on its body, which is still facing him, to look at you.
Kylam tries to take a step back and just looks between him and Gresham, and just looks at Gresham. Locks eyes with him.
In his eyes, you see fear, pride, and run.
Okay.
At that point, I'm gonna grab Kylan.
Okay. Yeah, you see its head twist around and their eyes lock for a moment, and you just reach in and bring him out.
As I make a audible like, as you grab me and I just bolt.
Yeah, you both just start booking it. You hear a very revealing crack and thud behind you as you're running.
Okay.
But within a couple, what seems to be forever for you, but it's only a couple seconds, you're able to make it to one of the airlocks, and the doors will, and the heat will hit your face.
Okay.
The other folks, how are you doing? You're running towards this ship. You see, as you are getting closer, there seems to be people piling out of the interior. Luckily, people survived, it seems. There seems to be only a couple people on the right side, and then on the distant left side, there are more people exiting. And this is to everybody else. Where are you going? What you doing?
I'm looking over the people who are leaving to see like how injured they are and things.
Okay, roll perception.
Oh. Need my dice, I guess that'd be helpful.
That's helpful, yes.
6!
Nice.
I'm just not allowed to roll high for Valkyrie.
Nice.
Alright, I have not seen higher than a 6 from hardly anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 is the common number for this group right now.
6 or
6 and
7,
7.
yeah.
And 7. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
All right. Yeah, you're looking around. You're seeing what seems to be a collection of damaged, harmed people. Over on the left far side, there seems to be a woman who is helping them
Leave.
mostly, and she's attempting to just like lead them around and get them moving. This is Zakon, who looks pretty damaged. And of the two on the right side, one of them is much shorter than the other, and you're not quite able to identify the race of the other one. Actually, you're not able to identify the race of either of them.
Okay.
You're not quite sure what they are.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's about all you're getting, besides the fact that there's just heat radiating from this thing, and there's fire everywhere, and there's smoke, and you're not sure if something else is going to explode.
That's concerning.
And to be clear, if we're on the Owlbear, that's the crash site.
That is the crash site, yes. And I will say you guys are... Well, let me pull you in. Y'all are... And they're pretty small tokens, so compared to the map, because it is quite a large map in this situation. I will let you guys arrange yourselves how you would like to be arranged. Oops. There's the 3 of you. I think... I'm definitely missing someone. I don't have Tar and Petra references. Yes. Do I have a reference for you?
You could probably use the sketch of crest that I did. It's not done, but it'd be
Well,
fine for today.
I may just use a one of the tokens that they have here as a
It's fine too.
as a default for now. 1 second. Let me just find one that seems to fit you. I'll have that one be for our Genoan friend. Who else am I missing? I will say that of the group, you are together. So I wouldn't spread you all too far apart yet. Sorry, I'm just trying to find... Okay, perfect. That's actually perfect for Chris. You are the mask. There are so many of you guys here, including NPCs, so I'm just like... That will be... That is a big token. Why is that so big?
What the fuck?
Smaller No. Why? Why are
Small
you this
token,
way?
no. 2 tokens, yes.
You can pretend that there's a large
Those are
group
the
of people.
canine fives.
As a
Can
unit?
we say those are the canine fives?
They're fucking unit.
They are units. Hold on. Let me figure this out. Let's put that down. That's a canine 5. That's a canine. Why are you big?
That is a big dog.
That's a canine 5. I'm gonna have to. Oh,
There you go, Cole. I hover.
Oh,
Right click it?
I see.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Cool, thank you. So these 2 are canine 5 down here. I'll do this one as what's his name? It's just short. Not Rook, not Bren. I can't remember his name right now.
Why did you name Rook? Rook is Sunday.
I don't know. I'm just like, it's a short name, so.
Hunt?
Yes. Thank you. Hunt and Agamo. Cressida. And this will be... I'll let you type out the name for her, the one beneath you there. Ari. Tanis. Valkyrie. Bren.
So who's all here?
Everybody should be there.
Is Ursa also there too?
Ursa is there. I'm just gonna have to grab a token for him as well. He's a skull.
Okay. It's fitting.
It is. Cool. And then the one beneath you, is, yes, Zaniage.
Each one of those squares is 10 feet.
5 feet.
5 feet.
Yep, each square is 5 feet. And I'm gonna say just the.
You guys be
mixture-
a certain color so I can differentiate a little better.
Yeah, you can tap your token and then hit like red or add extra colors and stuff like that. So if you want to do that, that's totally fine.
I'll just be yellow.
We also use those for status effects, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
You could do multiple colors. It's kind of fun.
I'll say that the leaf is a representation of a majority of folks, so I'm going to make it 15 feet.
So they're exiting onto that. Is that a cliffside?
It's a kind of a cliffside. It's no longer a cliffside because of the explosion that rocked it from the ship's cargo, which has effectively split the vessel again, more in half.
And this is the latter 2/3 of the ship, right?
Yes, because the first third of the ship was severed when a large piece of rubble came and hit it and split them in half.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I will let everybody have direct token control unless I am doing something with them of their friends. So, Agamo, or Valkyrie, you get Agamo. The twins, which are not on here yet. There are so many of you. Let's go with that. The twins are taking up 4 spaces. That's perfect. That's fine. Hunt is next to them. So, nice. And then, I'll let you guys move yourselves within 5-10 feet of where you are located if you would like to change positions. Tanis is probably the furthest ahead because he was flying. Bren, you managed to start walking because they stopped dragging you. Otherwise, yes, that's what everybody sees. Everybody else, I'm going to have a roll perception. You already did it, Valk, so you don't have to worry about it.
Woohoo! Go me. It was a fantastic roll.
Perfect. Yes, exactly. Fantastic. Isaac, I'm going to have you roll a cognitive save for me, please.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Isn't Isaac mechanical though?
Yes, he is.
Rush me on save rolls. It's D20 plus.
D6 win.
Robert, like perception, correct?
Yep, rolling perception.
It's just the number of the number of D6s corresponds with your total amount in that skill save.
Yep.
Okay.
Same as a skill.
I got
They're rolled
12.
the same way at least. 12?
Gotcha.
Mm.
All right.
3.
And if you could put that in chat so I just have a record, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I know I can share computer audio through Owlbear, but I think it would also grab you guys. I'm not sure you'd be able to hear my music. Three for a cognitive save.
Right in the middle, baby.
Nice. So that's Bran, Cressida, and then are we missing anybody else? I don't think so. I guess it's just since there's only a couple of you.
We don't have the twins, so we don't have Uther or Arthur.
No, there's so many people, then there's yeah. All right, yeah.
Uther.
Bren, you're I mean, in terms of explanation, you're seeing the same thing that Valkyrie is seeing. You're able to identify that one of the two that you can't identify looks to be like a half Marquen, which is kind of interesting. He's human Marquen? You're not sure exactly what he is. I mean, hey, it's kind of similar to you. It's not really, but kind of. You do see that there's a Daovian woman over up on the kind of northwestern side of the ship, and she is directing people to try and to get as a group and checking who seems to be damaged or not. They are currently splinting the Zakon's wing, as well as his leg. But a majority of other people look to be okay. I'll say that, Cressida, you also see a similar sight. The one difference between Bren, what you are seeing, and what Cressida is seeing is you kind of look around and you see off kind of northwestern of you, there looks to be a tab running away from the ship towards the city. and he is like full sprint running in that direction.
That's
What?
And that's Bren. Can you hear us, Peter?
You're muted. Oh, are you doing it to prevent echo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
oh.
All right. Yeah. Ajax and Kylam, you both see a large group of people crest over what seems to be a kind of like a hillside, and they are, let's say, well, let's see how far they are. No, I do not want to roll dice.
45, 50 feet.
50. Yeah, 50.
50 feet. Yep. Yeah, they are about 50 feet from you.
Indeed.
Okay. Kylam looks at them while he's running. What's the terrain like as we're running out of the ship?
The terrain is very rocky. I will say it matches this pretty well. There's
Okay.
a little bit more foliage. It's a little bit more green. There's definitely a lot of rock structures and like a lot of new formations thanks to the crash site. There's a large rock that they seem to have gathered in front of, as well as what seems to be little spots of rock formations and things here and there around. And you get to look back at the ship.
Okay.
And you've never seen the Baron, which is now just, I think it was just the Aaron, look like this. It is in pieces. And you, within inside of it, you thought it was more whole than it is, but it is definitely not. You are shocked that you survived.
Okay. After we get a certain distance away, so I'll say boom, 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 like over there.
Okay.
Kylam just sort of lets himself trip. He's tired.
Mm-hmm.
And he just hits the ground, and he's just collapsing. He's on the verge of tears. He's shaking. I kind of want to say he just doesn't get up for a minute or two.
Okay. Yeah,
he's taking in everything, just trying to make some sense of this overload, this terror, everything that just happened.
It's a lot.
He just lost his best friend.
You hit the ground and your ribs ache
Mhm.
very suddenly, like a lot more. And you also hit the ground. It seems like maybe there's a fracture of some kind in your arm as well.
Okay.
You can tell that. And your adrenaline's starting to wear off as you're just like, Isaac, you are looking at this site, and you feel like you've seen something like this before. There's a sudden dum 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 of your heart in your chest. And then you can feel your lungs breathing and pumping. And you're starting to, there's almost like tunnel vision is starting to occur. And then you shake your head and it snaps out of it. And you're thumping a heart that doesn't exist, doesn't happen. And the breath of your lungs that don't exist stops.
I'm gonna go ahead and Isaac's gonna place his hand down the front of his body to check to see if there's any like physical intrusions or something that wouldn't be picked up by it.
Yeah, I mean, you can even
By
like,
his
open
internal
yourself
system.
up if you wanted to and like look around.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, I'll do that. Well, kind of away from the party, so
Yeah,
it's not
turn away and
super noticeable.
Okay. Yeah, you check around. There's nothing wrong with you. You are very much not a living, breathing person.
Can I run a systems check?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you roll systems. System diagnostic on yourself. say the majority of the group is making their way around the ship's front.
Now at this point, I'm probably just gonna pick up a small child, just to keep making progress.
Okay.
Okay.
I got a
Okay,
10
cool.
on that.
Yeah. Okay.
And
10.
okay, cool, perfect. At 10, you can see all your system diagnostic information, and all of that data starts to run through. You can see the different parts of your arms and kind of like pull apart, looking through those digitally and everything. It's an automatic process that you just let run, and you can see everything lights up green.
I guess I'll close my chest cavity back up and pretend like that never happened.
All right.
Well, at least give the image that nothing happened to the rest
Right.
of the group.
Of course.
Kylum lets you do that. I'm at this point. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't even recognize that someone's doing that.
Just numb.
Yeah.
I guess that is a good question. Did anybody see that?
Just
Any
based on the
NPC or-
situation, no.
Okay.
And I think he was replying to Ajax lifting him up, not you.
Oh, my bad,
Just
my
not
bad,
saying-
my
like,
bad.
I'll let you do that. No, I don't think he was saying that.
Yeah. You're good.
Gonna get killed
but
immediately.
I'll let Ajax pick me up. Just, I probably don't barely even feel it. Probably like a ringing in Kylum's ear that he's just
It's like
too much.
as your vision shifts, there's a blurred after image of everything you're looking at.
Mhm.
It's just you're in shock. Tannis
Yep.
will fly over to you. He'll then move himself over in that direction. What is the rest of the party doing?
Brandon's heading over to the Visa Meta survivors came out.
All right.
So I guess
Yeah, you go ahead and you can move yourself all the way over if you'd like. Is anybody else doing that? Cressida, what are you up to? You can see the Baron is in pieces. The cargo bays are, a couple of them are popped open. Everything seems to have been crashed and smashed against one of the walls of the cargo bay. And of course, there's the one on the other side that's blown up, and there's pieces, of shrapnel on the other one.
I'll probably head over to like the large group of people and see if there's anything to help with.
Okay, yeah, towards the Diovian and the Zakon mixture of people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, go for it. I will say that your people also follow you. Xania and Ursa both definitely do so to check around with everybody.
Are there multiple entrances into the ship now because of the crash,
Yeah.
or?
There are multiple entrances to the ship. I'd say more along the back where kind of engineering is located, not exactly. I'd say a majority of what you're seeing in terms of the crash site on the image is the thruster part of the ship has been torn off, not engineering itself. And there are definitely fires, and metal is cooking and burning, and there's different parts and conduits and things that are sparking and arcing. It's an awful sight to see a ship in this state.
Yeah. So are we calling this the back of the ship, where engineering would be?
Yeah,
Or
that's the thruster area of the ship. Yeah, the engineering
Okay.
is kind of in the middle section.
Gotcha. I am going to make my way to the closest entrance to engineering.
All right. Gotcha. Yeah, you can see it's one they seem to have exited. Which, yeah, go for it. Totally. The
Nonchalantly stomp right past all four of those people.
The twins are going to make their way over to Kylum and Ajax. Hunt will do the same there.
Oh, great.
Valkyrie and Egg.
When see him carrying a child.
Yeah, you guys he's picked up this child.
my arms are still clutching the multi-tool. The
It's
on
quite
tool.
large too. You're like.
Can I
Oh.
spot can I spot anybody who seems to have been like in charge on the ship or anything like that?
The most in charge person you see is the Daovian directing people right now.
I will go over to her and ask her if she knows if anybody's still like trapped within the ship.
Okay. I will say that you'd imagine the most in charge people were on the front half of the ship.
And that's the part that got sliced off.
Yeah. And
Yes.
it's over the other hill.
I'm gonna make my way over there, bypassing the whole group where the twins are and everything. And I'm gonna use my little recon drone buddy to see if I can spot anybody who has lived.
I'll go towards the front half of the ship.
Yes.
Front third. Okay. Are you going towards the Daovian or anything like that now?
No. She'll just bypass and keep going.
All right. Sounds good.
She'll kind of, once she's over there, she'll grab her little recon drone and toss him out. And
Okay. Yeah.
take a little control out of her arm and put her goggles down, tap it twice on the side, and just control it and start looking for survivors in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of a.
Yeah. Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except it's the goggles on her head.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not the headphones. Perfect. All right. Yeah. You throw out the recon drone. It goes, then flies off. What's the recon drone look like? Is it just a little sphere? Is it a little mechanical cube, or what does it look like?
That's a good question. I never thought about what her drones actually look like.
That was
Oh,
literally my next question. Was did we put flavor to our drones? So, well, answers that one.
Go for it.
What is the
Like
size
dragonflies.
of the drone? Like, what is the approximate size of the drone? I mean, hers
well,
and
so-
mine are different, but
Small drones are like this size or smaller. Medium drones are like this size. They can still be like, carried on your back and stuff. And then large drones get to be like cannot carry unless you're like lifting them. Huge drones get to be really big, and then bigger drones get to be even bigger.
gotcha. And recon would be, I'm assuming, small.
It's a small drone.
for reference, her 3 drones are all in slots on her legs. Like, she has little holders that are attached to her pants that she has them just slotted on.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Torn, did you suggest it looked like a dragonfly?
It's a cool
I'm like,
idea.
because that 100% would be, like, really cool and up her alley.
Yeah.
Torn,
You're
I'm
like-
stealing your idea. It's a
You, like,
dragonfly.
take it off, click it, and the little wings go, and then the tail.
That's
goes
why I
extends
said
out,
it.
And then you can throw it up, and it kind of, and zzz, and you direct it and start controlling it, and it just flies off. As it flies in that direction, it'll pass over the hill, and you can see the nose of the other ship is just lodged inside of this other hill, or I guess an other ship. The nose of this ship. You're not sure anybody could have survived that.
Yeah, I was saying, she's that. She's kind of like, oh.
This this front third, from what you saw as it fell, was 100% the part that went like this to this.
Yeah, look at that trajectory. She'll be like, oh.
There's also
Maybe
like
this
the
won't be
metal,
as useful.
the metal piece from the Forgeborn ship that sliced it, sitting like not a mile, but like a half a mile back from it. It is
She'll
unharmed,
still
by the
look
way.
to see. She'll still look within the ship within her drone, but she doesn't have high hopes.
Okay, yeah, you can direct the drone to go out into that location and start to investigate. As you're going that direction, Crash, Cressida is interacting with the group. The Yovian woman will turn around and go, "Oh my goodness, thank goodness, people, are you okay? Did any of you get hit by the ship or the rubble or anything?"
Chris is gonna just kind of look around. Does she seem like she was an important person on the ship at all, or just another passenger?
Roll sense.
The thing is it's also a Matrix who also somehow learned HX's name without him saying it, so. He's already got questions for her.
It's a nat 20.
Hey. She looks important, but she doesn't look important to the ship. She is
What a
wearing.
roll to get naturally.
She is wearing a very nice. It's not a dress. It's kind of a suit, but not a suit. It's very fancy. There's metallic plating and stuff on it. It's pretty reminiscent of what I'd say is she's wearing there. She has what seems to be purple hair in the front, bangs kind of coming down, as well as shorter brown hair. The rest of her hair, I should say. She has digital kind of synth lines all over her skin, including her arms and what you can see of her leg that's visible, as well as like part of her chest that you can see here too. I'll have you roll a knowledge to see what you would think of her in this case, like what you would know that she could be.
The non-nat 21.
Dang. You'd assume that she's probably Matrix. You're not sure if she's of Matrix origin, like if she's from the Ascendancy, because your people know about that. But she is definitely a Matrix. She's been modified.
Okay.
The rest
So
of
she
the
wouldn't have
group
been anybody.
don't seem to be of importance to the ship either, and none of them look like they're in charge.
So none of these people seem like people I would have interacted with in any capacity.
Not previously. She's probably the most like government official looking person.
Okay. Because I know, like, the ship was, like, one that I knew about and stuff, was, like, communicating with, so.
Yeah, no, you would not have interacted with her in terms of comms.
Okay, that's all.
You did know that the ship was carrying a couple passengers because they picked them up along the way.
Right. I'd be like, no, we're all good. I'm not sure if anybody else got hurt, but doesn't seem to be that way. Is this all that's left on the ship? Like, is this everybody?
I don't know. I can't really say. There's a couple other crew members. We know that there is a Azalos and Marquen boy. But we didn't see either of them after. Well, the Zalos left the room. His name is. He left the room and he was looking around the ship to see if there are any survivors. But I don't know if he's around still. I assume he should be. But I don't know if there's any others.
What I have seen, Callum and stuff like on the other end.
Yeah,
what I've
you've
seen them.
originally.
Yeah.
You don't know if the Zalos is the one that she's talking about as the other person, but
Right.
there is a boy.
I'd be like, well, I saw two people on the other side. I definitely saw the Markham boy, and I'm not sure about the other person.
Okay, well, I'll assume it's him. Also, the front of our ship is gone. As you can like look over, there is like a smooth, perfect cut of the front of this. The front part of this ship is obviously supposed to connect to something else that you saw land. And you don't see any bodies or anything here. But you assume something like that, and then the crash would have caused some severe trauma, enough to probably smush some people against walls.
All right. Well, would I know a place for them to go?
The cities are probably the best option.
Okay. I will direct them to go in that direction.
Okay.
Maybe give them coordinates to a place that they could get medical attention and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, she'll greatly appreciate that and nod and like shake your hand. She'll also say, there's also a tab, and he said he had to go. I think he ran. I don't know where he went.
I believe. Did I see him run, or was that
did see him
just?
That was just Bren.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be like, huh, interesting. I'll definitely keep my eye out for him. Is there anything else that I can do at this time for you guys?
No, I don't think so. I think we've got. She kind of looks back. The most medical attention we can find in the situation, unless you have med packs or something on you. My name, by the way, is Alicia. What is your name? She says.
I'll put my hand up and be like, Cress.
She'll shake it very happily.
Can I, like, how far can I see into the ship from where I'm standing properly? Like, I know it's like a clean cut, but like...
You can see a far distance back into the main hall. And then, of course, there's, like, doorways and stuff, and then there's a change in the hallway. You can see maybe, like, 4 or 5 rooms down.
Okay.
Which isn't super far back.
Yeah. Anything in particular stand out to me?
Roll perception.
Okay. The 16.
There are a couple doorways and or walls that don't look like they were destroyed or broken because of the crash. They are just peeled open, like bent back.
Is the other lady still there?
Alicia?
Yeah.
She's turned around just kind of discussing the whole situation with everybody else.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Ursa really quick and be like, do you see that? And I'll point to where I see the peeled doors and stuff.
I do.
That wasn't from the crash.
I agree. I think that might be from something else. We did see a beam earlier.
Interesting. I'm gonna go up to Alicia and be like, just out of curiosity, did you guys use any tools to escape rooms and stuff, or you just
No, the Zalos propped open a door with his energy, but otherwise no. We were able to escape quite easily. Otherwise, the doorways and such were open.
Okay, well, thank you. She's gonna tell Zai to like stay there and not move, and then tell Ursa, I think we should go check out the inside of the ship.
Are you sure? He says,
I'm curious to see.
And then he gestures upwards to the ship that's just like the new moon over the world, which is casting its shadow currently over the city.
I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to see what's going on.
As you wish. I might suggest we speak to our other new friends, though.
It could come in handy, I suppose. Fine. We'll make our way over there.
All right. Xania will turn over to you and go, would you like me to stay here still?
Is there any, like, would where we were staying be a safe spot for her to be, or...
You're not sure.
Like...
You're not sure what's safe and what's not.
I'll tell her, come along with us to the outside of the ship. I don't want you going inside.
All right. I can work with that. I will say that as everybody looks up in the sky, there is a hellfire of blazing debris now starting to fall into the atmosphere. It's not reached any of you yet, but you know that this might be a problem.
I'll look up and be like, that's not great. How far is like the main city area from where the ship landed?
I would say it's probably like 2 miles. You guys ran and or flied quite fast here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It would be decently easy to make with your tech and or wings.
Okay.
As you make your way back, what is the rest of the group doing? You can see Tara and Petra are attempting to interact with you, Kylum. They're trying to help you out.
Okay. I'm gonna roll just really quickly to see how well I'm recovering.
Okay.
Okay. 13.
Alright, 13. Still being carried by me.
I slowly come to. I just sort of I tap Ajax on the arm.
You could walk.
I think so.
Just gonna put down as gently as possible.
Kylan hits his feet and just sort of he kneels down to the ground, still like holding this Omnitool.
Okay.
He looks up at everyone. It's like the cup.
The cup vanishes. Sorry, continue.
This is Travalis 3, right?
Last I checked, it was.
Okay. He looks back and is like, I've never seen anything like it.
First time getting shot out of the sky, kid? You'll get used to it.
No.
What then?
It was godlike. It peeled back doors as if it was nothing. It killed Gresham.
The thing too.
Almost effortlessly.
So you're saying a wild beast got here before we did. That's wonderful.
If I had to guess, it was a seraphim.
Seraphim?
In the flesh.
I guess. But I don't. I look up to the sky at the ship that's floating above us. Just, I don't get it. And I tend to notice the falling debris. Oh,
Yes, I think you got
what was that, Doran?
We're going to sit here and talk, or we're going to get into cover.
We need to go.
The question is where.
Cole?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume Agamo points out the falling debris to Valkyrie since she is hyper-focused in a drone.
Yeah, no, he will definitely go boop boop.
Oh.
You kind of flip up your... Just flip them down.
Yep. Anyways, continue.
What looks like a good direction to get out of the debris?
Well, being that there are no caves or other structures besides the city, there might be a bunker or something. You knew of a city that you guys were going to, and it's very obviously like 2 miles off.
That city.
Mm-hmm. You can see towers that aren't towering, but they're quite tall. You can see a couple pieces of debris have kind of made their way into the city already, but they're not like what's coming.
And they're all really more centered over the city?
Not sure where it's coming, where it's going.
Okay. What looks like a good direction, honestly? So if we're coming from... Let's see.
It's west. The city is west.
Okay, so if we're coming from... If they're coming from that direction... Right? They are.
Yeah, it's come. What do you mean? Like the debris?
Oh, well, everyone came from that direction, right?
Yes, everybody came from this side. Yeah, they came up this way. Also, I'm purple.
I'm-
I see
we-
my little icon spinning around.
Yeah, I do.
I'm assuming
I'd
the
say-
cardinal directions are what I have
Yeah.
written on there. North, south,
Yes, that's
east,
perfect.
west.
Oops, who did I grab? Isaac, sorry.
And teleporting.
There... We need to get away from the city, I think.
Oh joy, exactly what we were doing in the first place.
I mean, in your mind, the best other location might be the ship that's evacuating.
Yeah.
That's through the city.
Yeah. Okay. Can
Isaac's in the ship.
Hmm?
Isaac's in the ship.
You've started making your way inside, yeah.
do I know that there's a escape ship on the way?
Yes, you've been informed about the mission and what's happening on this world.
Okay.
Everybody has.
Okay. Kylam gets up, sort of leaning on the Omnitool.
Mm-hmm.
He looks around and says, I was told there's a ship. Can we get to the ship?"
Could try to get to the ship, but it's pretty far, says one of the twins.
At this and doesn't have enough fuel either. So
It doesn't need to
It
have
doesn't
fuel.
matter if it flies, if it protects us. I say we do what the kid says right now.
Yeah, I will say, I did inform you guys last time that the ship is under a protected bunker.
yeah.
Okay. Can we get to the ship?
You guys can roll knowledge to see how far it is. Isaac also.
I haven't.
You
I
also
haven't been
Apex
on
would
the
not.
quest yet.
Huh?
I haven't been on this planet, so I
Ajax
don't
would-
know where it is.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those of you who would know where it is, go ahead and roll knowledge. At least those who are in the conversation. Oh, sweet. What does everybody roll? Brand knowledge 11. I guess nobody else was really in the conversation, were they? Ajax wouldn't know. Tanis and the twins. I'll have them roll for theirs. And yours was a 11. Okay. You know where it's located. You're not quite sure how far it is from here. You do know that there is a train, or at least a rail system of some kind that could take you there. One of the twins will blurt out, or probably Tara will blurt out, 2 days from city center. But there's a rail, and that'll shorten it.
Yeah, let's put the
So we
train
get to the rail.
left. So
There might be multiple trains.
could be.
Oh, okay.
At this point, we're better off growing wings and flying. Or in some case, actually flying.
Petra will look at your neck. And add to the guilds.
These weren't my idea.
Oh. Okay. Isaac.
Mhm.
The doorway is stuck open. Seems like when they got out, it didn't close. So you're able to climb in, and as you do so, you can see the wreckage that is the interior of this ship. Floor tiles, ceiling tiles, walls, and stuff are all beat up and curled, almost like with the force of the ship's impact. They're almost like there's almost a curve to every surface, like it went boom, and then everything like hit and curved in that direction.
Gotcha.
You do see some sparking pylons and tubing and stuff like that, as well as small fires here and there. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for anything salvageable in engineering, possibly anything that has to do. I'm not sure how you handle AI in this universe.
Every ship has an AI. They have an AI core usually, and they're sometimes sentient.
That would be what I'm looking for.
All right.
Can my recon drone scan and essentially
You can
look for
scan.
that? Okay, I will just scan them,
Your recon drone lets you see, and I believe it
but it
also
can't
gives
actually.
you in addition to scan when it's active.
Gotcha. So I will then. I'll throw the drone out and have it search as well. Then I'll run a scan.
Okay, let me see. Let's grab equipment real quick. I want to make sure that this is correct. Recon drone. Yeah. You also gain an additional 1d4 wins to your scan when it's active. So it's like it's kind of an additional visual. So you get to roll your d6s, your d20, and an additional d4 for wins.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's 31, and then the D4 is 34.
Perfect. Nice. All right, what's your drone look like, too?
I will send it over. So it's gonna be a little squid boy.
Nice.
Tentacles don't exactly work yet.
Yeah, but it's hover tech, it works. It flies.
Yeah. I'll put it in here.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, he flies and he uses his
Oh, nice.
he has little inoperable little tentacles that don't really do much at the moment. He's a little work in progress, but he still feels around with them.
Nice. Okay, sweet. Sweet. So he's like this big and then has the little...
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Flies off. All right, yeah. You got a 24? 14? 34?
34. Because I'm count. You will have. Sorry, you will have to remind me of a lot of things. But the D6 that I rolled, I'm adding those numbers, not the wins.
The wins.
Or those wins.
Wins.
Okay. Then in that case, I apologize. It is a
Everything
23.
is wins except for the D4 in this case, because that's just the win amount that you're getting extra.
Gotcha. Okay. 23.
23?
Yes.
Dang, nice. Still good.
17 on the D20, 3 and D4.
Nice.
3 wins.
So it would have been a non-nat 20, and then it was a 23.
Yeah.
Nice. Sick. Yeah, you're able to kind of scan around. You get a layout of the ship's basic internal systems, and you're kind of able to identify which one on the map that it's given you is engineering. And you can make your way in that direction. In doing so, you can see into engineering. There's fire, there's conduits, and there's metal. There's also a slumped over body of a Daedron, which are big ape-like, a big ape-like race on the ground. His neck seems to have been snapped. And he is kind of starting to catch on fire. You also see the doorway is bent inwards. I don't know if you're saying anything. I can't hear you. Oh no. Do we lose Drip?
I think we lost him.
I think we lost him too.
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay. Well, we'll switch over to Valkyrie for the time being.
That's ironic because I'm watching my lizard eat food. I may or may not have been feeding her while you were doing that.
Nice. Okay, yeah. You were looking in your little dragonfly recon drone, and you're able to. Oh, he is gone.
He is gone.
You're able to make your way into what seems to be an open section of one of the windows, and you fly inside. Roll perception.
Yes. Okay. Maybe I can get higher than a 6.
Hopefully.
Natural 21.
Hey!
Hey.
I think that's a much better improvement.
Very nice. His internet went out. So natural 20. It's perfect. You fly in to one of the windows, and you're able to kind of move your way around pretty easily. It's a part of its AI maneuvering as well as your own piloting skills. Mm-hmm. And you make your way into the bridge, or what remains of the bridge. You see the remnants of 4 effectively splat marks.
Nice.
And there is nothing else signifying that there was anything living in this room. You can see parts of the ships and the consoles and such are damaged. There's, I would say that the splat marks aren't just on the wall, they're over every surface that was where they were sitting.
Yeah.
You'd imagine the captain got thrown forward. You see bits of fabric and stuff.
Well, Agamo, it doesn't look very promising. Just a lot of matter everywhere and clothes all over every surface.
Ouch.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Salvageable?
I don't know. I'll keep looking. Is it salvageable? Anything salvageable, I should say?
There's a bit salvageable in here. It depends on what you want. There might not be anything of use to you in terms of maybe
Anything
ship upgrades. It could be something, or like replacing systems. Power conduits, basic paneling. let's say you can continue through.
Mm-hmm.
Every room you spot and look through, everything is destroyed. People are not living here anymore.
Yeah.
There is maybe only one person that you find that was able to lock themselves down into a seat before everything happened. And they must have just died of sheer concussive force.
Nice. I mean, there's some things that are salvageable. Probably some ship repair parts and other things. I don't really see anything that would help you though.
You do see a couple
Which
small
is a little
weapons that seem
There
to
are
have
some
maybe
weapons,
survived. There is also what looks to be an armory in this section of the ship.
Ooh. I mean, if you want, we can see if there are some weapons that might suit you. There's also some armor.
Sure.
If you want to go in there, if we can get in there, right?
You might be able to get in there. Your drone's able to find like a hatch that could be opened.
We can certainly try. I can have the drone hover in front of a hatch if you want, and we can try and yank it open.
Sure. Do we
Okay.
want to wait on the group?
Where are they again? And she'll kind of like move her goggles up and kind of like look to see where they are.
They seem to be all grouped together. They're talking to the child, the boy, and
A child.
no,
A child.
Who has an Omni tool?
Yes, he does. He has a very big piece of technology that he's leaning on.
The kid has a piece of technology. I didn't see this. And she'll like recall the drone back, and she's darting to kill him. Like, oh my god, there's technology.
You wait for a second, then go, and then click it onto your leg, and then jump and run.
Yep.
Oh boy, what have I missed? What has happened?
We just switched over to her while we were waiting on your thing to get back.
I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
No, you're good.
What did you hear at the end there?
I asked if he had any identification as to what he did for the ship, and I didn't hear anything.
Oh, I didn't hear that. So, the snapped neck, slightly burning.
Yep. Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yes, you're able to walk up to him and you kind of push him over, and he goes, and as you do, you kind of put out the fire on him, accidentally, more or less. Stop, drop, and roll, and all of the things that he just technically did, and
close enough.
Yeah, he looks to be on what badge that you find on him is lead engineer.
Does he have any sort of access card? Any sort of...
All of that would probably be DNA or biometric coded.
Gotcha. I would suspect his computer and or station would be in this room?
Yeah, this looks to be main engineering. You can see the main reactor in here, which is surprisingly not gone yet. And you're not quite sure where the drive is located, which would be the one where it makes it warp.
Gotcha. So could I use his accessibility to find the AI core?
You could try and... What do you mean?
Okay, so maybe this was a poor assumption. Can you physically take the core of the AI out of a ship?
The physical core of the AI in the ship is usually quite large, like probably the height of a room. They're not like a normal little chip AI that you would take with you, or in fact, because you're a K chip, which is about this big. Some AI are smaller. Sometimes you can download them into a piece that's a little chip or a card, and then you can move them. But the reason for such a big core in a ship is just accessibility. Their speed is upped like exponentially when they're in a core like that. It's like fiber optic and solid state versus like basic internet communication and disk drives.
So in theory, if I were to find something to put this AI on and essentially dumb it down or slow it down, it could be transported. Yeah, it could be transported, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it most likely could tell you what happened to the ship, too. Not that it wasn't already obvious. I'll say the AI core you'll find, because you did roll pretty well on your scan. Yeah, it is within a room, kind of just off of main engineering. There's a separate room that you can interact with. Did you die again? He left again.
Oh, no.
I think he died again.
Yeah.
Rip.
Valkyrie,
Surprise.
you run up to Kylum.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
you're good.
No, I was putting a lid back on a tank, so I didn't have a gerbil run away.
That's fair.
Oh my god! First of all, you look freaking cool. Second of all, you have an Omni tool.
First of all, like as soon as you
You've
said
also
like
made your way
first
up.
of all, when you say first of all, he just goes ah.
I'm sorry.
Kind of.
You just look really cool, and you have an Omni tool with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Valkyrie. She'll like silently put her hand out for you to shake.
There he goes.
There's a little.
Kylum grabs your hand with his good arm right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He takes your hand and shakes it a bit. You'll notice that this Omni tool is huge. When Kylum was leaning on it, it's at his like mid-head height. It's massive.
So I'm assuming it's a lot larger than the one I have.
Oh, huge. Yeah, this thing's huge. This is not normal sized for an Omni tool.
It's so big. This is so much bigger than mine. She'll pull out hers that's probably like itty bitty compared to it. And be like, oh my
it's
god.
like this size.
Like
Like it can change and shape and shift around, and then you can like use it or whatever you need. But like, this thing is massive.
Can
Yeah.
I look at it?
Kylum kind of pulls it a little closer.
Oh,
He
that's
doesn't
fine.
know. Oh no. Yeah. It was given to me by my friend. He was killed. Just on
You'll
a
see
ship.
like the excitement and like happy aura she had just die. Be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I won't mess with it then. I'm really sorry for your loss though.
Yeah. This. He actually takes a second and looks at it and just goes, I don't know what this thing can do.
Oh, so it's really cool.
Gresham was a Daedran, so that makes...
What?
She would know what a Daedran is. They're big.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ape.
Okay.
Which makes sense for
Got
the...
it.
It makes sense for the size.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think I've seen him use it once? Once or twice?
Am I over there at this point?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know if you heard me earlier. I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really cool though. So like it can change, like you can make it have like little tools that you specifically need. Like that's how like I've worked on my drones and I've worked on my best friend here and she'll motion to Agamo. Like,
Oh, like,
without that,
kinda.
like I wouldn't have been able to like help him or anything like that. It's really cool. And she'll take out hers and she'll start like showing him like the different pieces and things, just kind of flipping it around with ease.
Kylum just sort of nods and goes along with it.
Poor
He
cat
has
Kylo.
He has a general idea of what's going on, but he's still incredibly overloaded.
I was gonna say she's for her energy level is probably not helping him right now.
Yeah.
Use that energy for something else called running. Ever heard of it?
Well, first, where we're running to. Second of all, I found some interesting things up there, and she'll point to like where the front half of the ship is.
One still alive? 'Cause that's all we're worried about right now.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not. There's a lot of matter just everywhere and bits of clothing. But there are these really cool things. There's ship repair parts, there's an armory, there's some weapons in there. There's some things that we could salvage and use.
Yes, but we have to be alive.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I do have to worry about the falling debris.
Yeah.
And she'll kind of pause with like her hand on her chin and be like, oh yeah.
So you gotta have your prize first.
Fine.
But then I would take this ship repairs.
Yeah, sure, I can totally show you where they are. And she'll like start to like move like she's gonna go, then be like, oh wait, right. We gotta run from the debris again.
Kylum, now that Valkyrie's piqued his interest, is going to lift up the Omnitool and switch it on as best as he can. From what he remembers seeing Gresham do.
Do I know what that is that he's holding?
It looks like a giant Omni tool. But it's
cool.
got tons and tons of extra modifications on it. You don't know what it is, like what it does.
It also kind of looks like let me see. If any of y'all have ever seen the
Swiss Army knife is what I keep thinking of.
It's like a Swiss Army knife of tech. So it's like a welder, there's a cutter, there's like other types of energy devices and stuff on it.
Have any of y'all ever seen the plasma rifle from Doom?
No.
That's the general idea here. Yeah, it's going into ISR. A little bit longer, a little thinner, but like scaled up for a Daedron.
Gotcha.
But with all these different pieces and attachments to it, there's like blue and red lines that look like the shape of DNA in a key sort of like ingrained into the whole design, so it looks really neat.
Interesting.
Yeah, Kylum switches on the Omnitool.
I'm assuming it works.
And switching it on.
One giant explosion later. It's just a crater.
How much time do we have before the majority of the debris hits us?
Have you roll either knowledge or scan. I'll let you either scan it or try to scan it with your tech or determine it with your,
I'll do
with your
scan.
head. I'll let everybody do that.
Switches it on. I win! I win!
You said scan or what? I'm sorry?
Or knowledge.
It's 19 for scan.
Now?
Scan.
19? Okay.
Scan Tarn.
So did the other part of the ship look intact enough to survive the debris?
You rolled a nat 20. I will say that yes, technically. Its front is far enough into the mountain that it's covered pretty well. It might be a good survival tactic.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna head there then.
Okay. And I would say that's Valkyrie's knowledge on that if you asked.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what I would say. That the ship is lodged in the mountain well enough that it might end up actually being a pretty good spot to avoid all of the rubble.
19 scan.
Nice. So we got a Cressida 19. 19 for him. 14 for Valkyrie. Valkyrie, you're able to scan the debris just barely. It's just barely out of reach of your scanner. You really have to stretch it because you aren't able to get velocity or anything like that from it. You are able to quickly get temperature surfaces and stuff, which are like ranging in the thousands and thousands.
Joy.
Scans of 19 for Ajax and Cressida. You both are able to determine, based on trajectory and velocity and such, that you probably have a couple days before this stuff rains down. But based on the size of the debris, these ships are huge. and there are major parts coming down. Like, probably one of them is at least an eighth of the ship. It will hit, and it will decimate a large chunk of the surface.
Can I get a trajectory on, like, the majority of it?
It's kind of raining down everywhere in this vicinity. Within, I'd say, probably
Okay.
like a 20-mile radius. Probably maybe more, but
Okay. I'm gonna relay this information to the rest of the group.
We got a couple days so we can make it to the ship. Or I should say the train, get to the ship. If we go now.
Yeah.
I do not suggest hiding here in the wreckage. Where,
So there
like,
was a train to get to the ship. It left, correct?
you would know that there's a couple.
Okay. I'm gonna suggest that as a way to get there quicker.
We could also take stuff we find from the front of the ship into the train. Well, maybe.
and
But
not
again,
I
bring
think
it
it's best
the
to leave
ship,
what we can.
front of the ship to the town again. Even with your high energy.
I'm not high energy. What are you talking about? She's like standing there almost like jittering.
Ag will go,
Hey!
I think
He's
we
right,
need
you
to
know.
give the camp more sugar. What say, everyone?
what'd you say?
I suggest we get going now.
To where? You want to
Right.
go inside the ship or?
Away from the ship.
What?
And I'm actually going to start
That
heading
work.
towards the Leovian Matrix Lady.
Am I still on the ship?
Yes. Yeah, we can go back to you in a second.
Just wanted to make sure it didn't progress too far.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
I understand.
As we're all starting to get ready, it is, I'm Kylam. I
It's
guess I
nice to
didn't
meet you.
do it.
That's a really cool name.
Yeah,
Also,
It-
I mean this out of...
it means sky.
Ooh, that's really cool. I didn't know that.
It's Latin, actually.
Does Valkyrie know what Latin is?
I think that was Josiah saying it.
That's
Okay.
Josiah. That's Josiah.
Gotcha.
But no, she would
Interesting, though. I
not.
didn't know that. I was gonna say,
No.
I am assuming Valkyrie does not know Latin.
She knows binary.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
I mean this out of no offense. I'm not the best at these things. What are you?
he stopped for a second.
We're all curious,
Oh.
says one of the twins.
Mark
As we
Quinn.
continue walking
Mark
away.
Mark Quinn, human.
Oh, that's really cool.
I had my dad was a human, and my dad's a human, and my mom's a Mark Quinn.
That's so cool. You're so fascinating.
Sorry to cut in. Aren't we missing a robot?
You guys had a
She'll
robot?
immediately look to like Agamo or Hunter and
Yeah.
be like,
The answer is yes, says the other twin.
but we got oh yeah.
Isaac. Yes, you make your way into the AI core. If you're able to. I see you're muted. Are you there?
Well, he went into the ship,
Yes, he
and
did.
that's where the Seraphim was. I say he's dead. Or needing help.
Seraphim?
It is the thing. Kylam actually like looks up and is just like actually gets a little bit of terror in his eyes. Oh, if he's going to engineering, that thing's gonna tear him apart.
think scary. And
Happen to peel doors back?
Yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
it was a divine thing. It peeled back the doors as if it were nothing.
Would Cressida know exactly what that was, or
I'm just gonna say no. I mean,
Does
Okay.
there's an
Valkyrie?
assumption to be made by the, but nobody's ever
Big
seen
guys.
anything like that in person.
interesting? What do you know about this? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I will say that the Daovian is making her way over to you.
Mhm.
She has kind of
I'm
gestured
going
to
to
the group. They have
intercept
started to
her.
move away, and the Daovian is moving towards you.
Uh,
I want to go
I
and
don't-
intercept the Yovian.
yeah. I try and gather myself a second and just. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know.
You
It-
there, Nick?
Nope.
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, cool. It scanned me, I think, and it said something in a something I couldn't understand him. It was like gibberish. But it felt beyond anything that I could ever think of. It was weird. I don't know if it's still in there. I actually start moving a little bit towards the ship.
Valkyrie will follow him.
We'll say as you guys are moving toward it, Isaac.
Yeah. We'll actually move a little bit towards it.
Oh my goodness, he has a face. That's
He
incredible.
has a face.
Since I'm on my phone.
Might as well. Yes. So you were able to make your way into the kind of where the AI core is located. The door itself opens up. It hasn't been interacted with or damaged beyond use, it seems. Hey, Torin. Okay.
And it disconnected from my earbuds, and I turned on my camera.
Nice. Yes, you're able to find the AI core in there. It's sitting like it's a kind of black and silver pylon. You can see there's lights and little holograms and stuff. And focus on me, please. There we go. Glowing and moving and such. You'd expect that it knows you're in here.
Does it I mean, can it communicate?
Yeah, you
Or-
could probably plug yourself into the device.
Gotcha. Okay, so I will go ahead and find an access port, essentially.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of R2-D2 style and like interact and kind of, yeah. Yeah, you're able to plug into it. You are interfaced into the machine.
Gotcha. I guess I'm just gonna ask for permission to put it onto a recon drone, if that's possible.
You could technically do that. You probably have to take why? You'd have to take a little bit of time and or like a rest to actually integrate it into your drone. But
Your drone?
oh,
More or less just to remove the AI from its current core and put it into a smaller, more transferable.
yeah, it'll reply with an affirmative, like, please, I need rescuing.
Perfect. I guess that's pretty much the only thing I needed to speak to the AI with. So I guess my next thing is I need to find, because I don't think that's something I would have on me. Is there, by any chance, in the room something I could transfer the AI onto that would be portable?
I'll say yeah. It'd be pretty obvious that there's like a little chip or something that they've used in the past to like change it or upgrade firmware or whatever needs to happen. So yeah, you're able to pick that
Gotcha.
up, and there's a slot that you find that you can integrate it into.
Gotcha. I will go ahead and start that process, and I will recall my recon drone.
All right, yeah, you grab it back into your hand again, almost like instinctively know where it is. All of your sensors and stuff just telling you where everything is, and you slide the device in. You can see it all kind of transfers, and all the lights, and you take it out, and there you go.
All right. I guess I'm going to go ahead and make my way back to the party.
Alrighty, yeah, you start heading back. Well, perception.
Oh boy. I got a big fat 1 in that one, so that is. Ooh. Oh man, a 4.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. You're heading through the hallways, fire, mechanical failures, and everything else like that. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, you were able to make your way out as you're all kind of like starting to move forward and talk about, isn't there an Isaac that we're missing? You just down onto the ground after jumping out of the side of the ship. And you see everybody's kind of mingling and talking as there's a new character or individual coming over. Also, I believe you said,
Okay.
Cressida, you said Ursa and Xania were coming with you?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And this is the K95s.
Ursa and Xania are her accompanist, Xania, and kind of butler-like individual, Ursa, who is a Urian. There's a species you do not know, and then there's a Urian, with a humanoid.
Gotcha.
The K95s are called Hunt and Agamo.
Yeah, there's a lot of people to remember in this group right now.
Missing session 1 has left me at quite the disadvantage with names and knowing NPCs that are in the group.
Yeah, we'll hopefully get you back up to speed in no time. But yes, Isaac, you've jumped down, and everybody's kind of like starting to move around, and they seem to have decided on something without you.
Who would be the closest to me?
That's Kylam.
It looks like Kylam in this case.
I'll say Kylam, Valk, Agamo.
You step out. There's a little of this. How tall are you, as Isaac?
7'2".
Dang.
Jeez.
You like jump down and like look down, and there's like, oh, little Marquin, weird abomination standing in front of you.
I will go ahead and step over you.
You're Isaac, I think, right?
Affirmative.
Oh. Kylam just... He's alive. Okay.
As you say, he's alive.
Fine.
You hear a bending of metal. As
What?
all of your guys' attentions are all brought to a point on the ship's wall. As you can see, it starts to bulge outward and then bend backwards as a machine thing of regal godlike status floats outward and down to the surface. It will kind of look at everyone, and Alicia will instantly notice it as well. It doesn't make any moves right away, but you can all see it on the map now.
Valkyrie will kind of lean over to Kylam and be like, so, is this who you were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Kylem's just frozen right now, just not moving again.
So kind of like gently poke him. You
notice as you poke him, Kylem's a little shaky.
Oh no. Agamo, we might need to move him.
Book it.
Book it? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Oh no. Okay. She'll run.
You start running. All right.
Yeah, he said book it. She. I would say he said book it. She's gonna book it. This is D20 plus reflex.
Reflex, just the number straight.
Base reflex.
Base reflex. Luckily, it's not base cognitive for Josiah.
Yeah.
Will be bad.
Yeah, no, we're fine though. I got a decent roll.
But yes, we are all rolling initiative.
Peter, I see we are still sticking close in numbers. We're all sticking close in numbers except for Josiah.
Oh, I guess I can't count this in here, but it's an 18.
18? Okay, cool.
I just want an up close and personal look at my face as I type it on my phone.
Yeah. Okay. I think I should be able to do this. Cool.
I don't like the fact that it came out next to where myself and Alicia are at.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, let's see. What are everybody's initiatives? 8, 10, 11, 19, 7. Very
We
nice.
like low numbers.
Yes.
And then I am 18.
18, yes. Alrighty. I'm just gonna input these real quick. 8. Valk. 10. Bren. 10 Bren. Uh-huh.
Bren 10.
Oh my gosh, I hate you.
I'll be here all night.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, I'm trying to input everyone into here. I will say that in terms of Cressida, your allies, they will act on your initiative after you, and they will be acting on. I will be acting as them in that case. We've discussed this amongst Kitty,
Atto.
Valkyrie on her initiative. You will also have control of Agamo.
Okay. I have control. You don't have control.
That's correct. I mean, unless I'm gonna do something specific, but in this case, you'll have control of him. Oh man, that's rough. Okay, am I missing anyone? I don't think I am. I am.
Who are you missing?
Did you forget the twins?
No, I got everyone else except for Isaac, which was an 18-year-old, right?
Poor Nick.
Sorry.
Man tries so hard.
I'm so sorry.
To Owlbear either, and it for some reason it didn't click with me why like none of you were moving your icons, and then I am slow in the head.
Okay, character. So Isaac.
Oh.
No. Where'd Kylam go?
Yeah, somebody's ahead of me.
Ended up below Bren somehow.
It's because I sorted by alphabetical.
Hey, I'll take that.
There we go. I mean, not much worse.
Word
There we go.
bringer?
That's better.
Word bringer. Okay.
Yes. Kylam. It's your initiative.
Yeah.
You get to go first.
Ah.
Ah.
Press the complete opposite direction.
Oh, frick, that's a godlike being. Oh, frick, that's a godlike being!
Yeah, as you see,
That's
this
an
thing has
anti-
the same skull-like structure. Not
That's an anti-tank rifle.
not where its head is supposed to be. It's almost like if it is a being, it's inside of a suit, and the head is above its head. The skull, I should say, is above the head. But you're not even sure if this thing's in a suit, or if it's a drone, or if it's something else.
Can I run a scan on it?
Yeah, I would say just as it appears, you go ahead and roll a scan.
I'm gonna roll to make a decision.
All right.
That doesn't help, that's a 10.
Still have the middle.
Even odds.
Yep.
Fair enough.
That's usually what I do. Is odd is one thing, even is another thing.
Ooh, that's a nat 20 with 3 wins.
Ooh, nice. 23. I will get
Not
you
even
results.
good, but I want to but hey, I'll take it.
That works.
Kylem's running.
Kylem's running. All right. Well, you can dash.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
All right. Where are you
So I
dashing
have
to?
6. Let's see. At that point, he'll have 60 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm pretty sure everybody here interact. Well, no, Sam, and that's it. There is one major action now. Movement is separate.
Okay.
So you get to move and you get to do your major action, and it's like you can move and use your movement throughout your turn. You don't have to do it all at once.
Okay.
Oh.
And he's out.
I'm out.
That's fair.
Nope.
Yeah, you're
Can
kind of
I
running
take-
up a ridge.
Yeah. Let's see. What do I have for next turn?
Is this
at the end of your turn?
like southwest,
He is running southeast
southeast? Okay.
of the party. Yeah, so here I'll send a screenshot update as to everybody's position. What's going on here?
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
See. Kylam is not being a part of this.
Honestly, I wouldn't be either.
Not after he brutally killed Gresham.
Yeah.
Nope.
So yeah, Isaac, it's your turn.
Yep. You're good.
Okay, so I'm going to run that scan. Is that would that just be a minor action?
It's not. I'm gonna let it be a free action.
Oh, free action. Okay, is that going to tell me? Because I totally missed their conversation about what this was and their interaction with it. So would a sense check tell me if it's hostile towards me?
I will
and the
let
group?
you automatically determine that this thing just peeled back metal, like it peeled back the door that you interacted with previously, and you found a dead Daedrin, head of engineering, behind it.
Okay.
You would
So
assume.
I will go ahead and
I'd say this thing's posture is untold. It's not telling, but otherwise you've seen its result.
And he is running away. Well, I guess I'll buy some time, and I'll go ahead and try out the old railgun. He seems like a fun target.
Okay. It will, if it fails, it will waste your action.
I'm prepared.
Okay.
I'm prepared for this.
All right, you put all the power into it. You're like, I sure hope this works, and then and it like locks into your hand as it rotates around. I'm gonna have you roll your percentile chance D100 or percentile dice.
Ooh, if I have access to a D100.
I think you can also
There should be one on the thing.
you can also roll it in chat. I think you can roll slash let me see, /roll, and then you can just do dice 1 and then sides. I think you can just say 100, and then you can just do that.
Okay, so /roll.
Yep.
Dice.
And I would like to say that Forrest, a coworker of mine, programmed this bot for us, so it's our bot. It's pretty darn awesome. And if
Gotcha.
you roll,
So it's just
say, like six six-sided dice, it'll also give you wins losses.
Well, that is not 25 or below, so.
86. Yeah, sadly. Okay. Yeah, you charge it up, it rotates around, it locks into your hand, and you like look down sights, and then it goes, and there's a big shock wave that shoots through it, and then it like fires back at you. And just you shudder for a second, and then it rotates back into place. Sadly, your action is wasted as the weapon cannot work.
It was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot, which is funny because my percentile D100 roll was a 24. So,
You
jinxed
you
it,
already
man.
used that then? Oh no! I'm so jealous that you already got to use that.
I mean, you didn't get to use it. I was just saying, like, as my test roll, I rolled a 24.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like session 1. You got a 24 on it.
No. But you also have movement, so you can move if you would like to.
Yeah. I will. I'll go ahead and see myself out of here. And I don't know where you had me logged on that map. I should take a look at the picture.
Yeah,
but I'm just going to
you are
maximum.
right up above. You're right outside the doorway.
Right. I'm doing max 30 in the same direction, southeast.
Okay, southeast towards Kylam. Gotcha. I
Yep.
will move you in that direction unless somebody else would like to do that. But I can do it.
I got it.
All right.
I will be right back.
All right. That's good.
There you go.
I spelled Alicia wrong. I spelled Alyssa. Whoops. Well, Alicia will go next. You all watch as this individual who you have been thinking is a Matrix this entire time reveals her hand. You can see her hands split open and her whole arm begins to remesh as a blade appears out of it. A metallic saber extends from her hand and it lights up with energy, like an energy linear lined blade. And she's not going to run, she's instead going to charge it. And she does so with lightning speeds. She's going to run right up at it and just go whoosh, whoosh, and slash right into it. I'm going to roll for her. As she slashes, you can see its hand come up in just what seems to be like a pointing shape upwards, and her hand just stops mid-space before it hits. But she will take a second major action and attempt to jab it with her other arm, which then shifts into a blade, and her other one shifts back. And that one, she nicks him very, very gently across the arm. Just very lightly. And it doesn't seem to do any damage. And the skull just shifts and looks down at her. It wasn't even looking at her previously. And that is her turn. Next turn is the allies. That'll be Tara, Petra, Tanis, everybody else. Tara and Petra will move back. They are going to actually hold their actions in wait. They're going to move back a little bit and hold their actions for if this thing starts advancing on you or making attacks towards you. Tanis is going to take flight. And 10, 15, 20, 30. He's going to move half of his movement down towards you, Kylum. And he is going to... Oh, he can't do that yet. Hold on, I'm going to grab up Genoan. Tanis.
Oh, Tanis, okay.
Yeah, no, he can't do it yet. Dang. He is going to fly back. And he will... Let me grab Tanis. Firstly, I would like to state that he does not have weapons on him. You notice that right off. He has no weaponry that you can see visible on him. And he is not going to attack. He is simply moving up and back. And he is now flying. That is all. He looks hesitant to attack. Next in tow is Ajax. You are second closest to him.
Fun. Yeah. Let me figure out what I'm gonna try and do.
All right.
Watch the thing. More like heard the thing. Kill the Daedrin.
Yeah, you heard the thing kill the Daedrin. Seemingly, with some form of telekinesis.
Tempted to pull Alicia out of that area just to get her to run away.
You can try and have her run away.
She's a Matrix and I know she doesn't care. But I don't care. That thing is killing the Daedrin, but just it's mine. I don't want to know what else it can do. Actually, I can actually... I won't be able to send that image of her mentally, would I?
I'd say you could probably send an image mentally. You wouldn't be able to speak to her, but you could send the image instead.
I'll do that.
Are you sending an image of just the Daedrin being held up?
Yeah.
All right. I will not make that an action.
Awesome.
Actually, let's see. I will check just to see what the ruling on that is for their telepathic abilities. Because you technically just use Whisper.
Technically, yes.
Well, it doesn't say that it's an action, so yeah, it'll be a free action, but it will use your power. Oh no,
Well, yeah.
it's free use.
It's a usage of 0.
It does not use energy. What else are you doing?
Yeah. Back further away from that thing.
All right, you back further away. That's movement.
Yep.
Anything else?
And I'm gonna take a pop shot at it with my hand cannon.
All right, go for it.
Big power. Ooh, that's a good old 19.
You barely succeed to break through this thing's shield. You're not sure what this thing actually has, but you can tell that whatever you just did just barely punctured it. Only barely. Go ahead and roll damage. Is this an energy weapon?
It is ballistic.
Cool. Yeah, you're able to pierce it.
So 9 plus 5 for 14 damage.
14 damage. All right. This thing doesn't even flinch. All right.
You're moving back another 10 feet.
You are able to do that. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Oops. Bren, it's your turn. See Ajax just barely pierce the shield of this thing with his hand cannon.
You're muted.
Right. He's going to, I guess, get. I mean, just get somewhere between the kids and the scary skeleton head and shoot it with his shotgun.
All right.
And
Yeah.
hope she pierces the shield.
Go for it. Yeah, you get up between them and...
I don't think I really need to roll my d6s for this.
What'd you roll?
A 2.
No. There is no way to beat that. Sadly, there is not.
Unfortunate.
Indeed. Is that your turn?
Oh yeah, that's him. Okay, sorry.
Okay, cool. All good. Valkyrie.
Awkward, I'm muted. I am also running. Also, are your squares 5 feet, or what is your measurement for squares?
5 feet everywhere.
5 feet.
So you use the measuring tool on Owlbear to determine your movement range.
Oh,
Yep.
that's fair.
Yeah, there's the measuring tool you can use.
Yeah, she's booking it, and she made sure Agama's following her.
Yeah,
but he
definitely does so.
Yeah. I'd say he's probably behind her though, is kind of like as much of a shield as he can be.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just to be like, don't shoot Valkyrie.
I will take the shot.
Yeah, that is fair. Wait, are you shooting from back here?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. There are way
try.
too many people. There are way too many people, Cole.
That's fair. Also, I totally forgot about Xania and Ursa in the allies' turn, so I will actually do them next before. Well, no, never mind. They go on your turn.
Yeah, that's what we discussed
dumb.
before. So
Yeah, I'm just dumb. Cool. Are you gonna hold an action then, Valkyrie?
Probably not.
Okay.
Other than to try and dodge out of the way if something's coming.
Yeah, that would be a reaction.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, no, she's just booking it and make sure that Kylem's keeping up.
All right. Yeah. No, you've actually accelerated past him at this point because you are a cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are Faz.
You are a Faz.
Yes.
Yes, and I believe it's Cressida next. Yes, everybody seems to be running. How odd.
Hey, to be fair, I tried.
You did try.
What did I miss while I was gone?
Everybody's been running, shooting at it. One person got through. Technically, two people got through. Alicia is up in its grill, and her arms are expanded out, like they've all expanded themselves, and there's blades coming out of them at this point. She's very obviously a Matrix with hidden weaponry.
Okay. Okay. I will use my light bow and attack. Let me see something real quick. Do I have a clear shot from where I'm at?
Yes. Yeah, you have more than a clear shot. You're kind of standing on a hill right now. Because this thing's kind of in a little canyon of its own making. Kylem and Valkyrie are starting to kind of peek over that hill. I will say the majority group of cargo members, people that they've saved, they've gotten out of here by now. At least she's the only one that's left behind.
Okay, that's a 14 to hit.
It does not hit. Your light bow, you create the arrow and fire it off. You can see as it does so, as it's coming toward it, it almost like puts its hand up, and you can see the arrow just vaporizes. It almost hits him.
Okay. In that case, I am probably going to flee as well.
That is okay. Understandable. You do so. And Xania and Ursa, they have their turns. Ursa is going to move with you. He will be running with you. And Xania will also begin to move with you, and I'll let you move where you want to move, but I'm assuming you're running out.
How far do we get? 30 feet?
30-foot movement for... you might have a different movement speed than others, though.
If I'm flying, I think.
You do have a flight speed, yes. That doubles your movement speed, which would be 30.
Yeah, so my normal movement is 30, so it'd be 60 if I'm flying. Is that
60
correct?
from flying?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, that will work.
In that case, I'm gonna grab I don't know. Maybe not. She's still back there.
Yeah, she was, in this case, she's still here.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll grab Zanaya and, like, grab her and take her over. So that'll slow
Just
me down
running.
quite a bit, but yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll let you move to where you'd like to move, and then she will be up there with you.
20, 25, 30. So said he was moving too?
Yep.
Okay. Boop.
Nice. That is totally fine. All right. Yeah, Ursa will not take any of their actions. He's not going to be hostile towards this thing. Doesn't want to make himself any more obvious than he already is. Xania, however, is going to kind of take some energy from herself and kind of create something in her hands as you're all running. And she's going to create a crest above herself. You can see it kind of hovers around her of her own energy, and reduces her power as she will put it. Oh, you guys are out of range. Looking at her abilities. She does have a range on these, right? I believe. Sorry. Within tether range. Okay, yeah, that should be within. I believe it was 15 feet. Xania is going to Kylum. A beam of energy is going to shoot out from her as she kind of shoots a little bolt with a symbol at you, and it's going to connect with you and connect a tethered beam between the two of you. As you receive a Vita Crest from her.
Okay.
Which will be I thought there was something else in terms of movement speed increasing, but apparently not. That is okay. You are going to receive a Vinaya Crest, which will give you an additional 1d6 damage resistance to all incoming damage. And she takes a Daikrishin Crest.
Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah, you feel increased in rejuvenation.
Whoa!
So you feel a little bit tougher. There's a new symbol that's on your chest, glowing, and it looks like they're vines.
I feel better, so I'm just sure.
All right. And that will be her turn.
I look at where it's coming from, right?
It's from her.
It's coming from her.
You can see her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see her real fast. I just sort of wave at her.
She'll smile back at you. Thought you could use it. And that is the end of her turn. It is now the Wordbringer's turn. I will give everyone. I will give. Nick, you'll get an update here just for map referencing, since it is now its turn. It is not even paying attention to the rest of you. Alicia has fully drawn. Your hair is glowing, Josiah. Your hair vanished because it was like it didn't detect it in the background.
Yeah.
But it is going to fully focus in on Alicia, who has 100% drawn its attention on purpose. You can see she kind of backs up and gives it like a little wink. And it will, instead of attacking her, will look at her and simply kind of move its hand in a specific motion. It's very, very like low energy usage. It doesn't care. So it does a little flick of its hand. You see these strange apparatuses disconnect from its shoulders and fly over to her. She is going to have to roll a save. That is a cognitive save. She fails. You all, or at least most of you all, watch in curiosity and a little bit of horror as these strange apparatuses fly off of her, or off of this machine, and hover over her head like this, like kind of like a crown almost. And she just stops moving for a moment. As you see her kind of her hands go down, and then they shift back into their regular hand forms again. Let me see if I can find this. It looks somewhat like this. I'll send it in the chat. In terms of what you're seeing next to her. She will then turn around to face you, and it will begin to use its movement to go west.
That's towards the city, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And it just floats that direction with no usage of its own body, it seems, just goes in that way. And Alicia has fully turned around, and you can see her eyes are golden. And we're back to the top of initiative. Kylam, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Continuing what he plans to do. Okay.
Run.
Well, I rolled again. He's gonna turn around and he sees this thing take her over almost. No. He looks at his Omnitool and sets it to the most aggressive setting he can find. He doesn't know what the heck how this thing works. It just looks the most aggressive and aims it at the word bearer.
Okay. Roll fate.
Okay. 15.
15? Okay. Peter, you're muted. I saw you say something, so I wasn't sure. All right, you tap a setting and you change it and you shift it all the way up. And you're like, I don't know what this does.
It looks mean.
A power attack against the Wordbringer.
Non-nat 20. Does that hit?
That hits. That does hit.
Yes.
I'm going to have you roll 4d8.
48? Okay. If I can get my dice open. Hold on. There we go. 3, 7, 14, 20.
20. That's pretty solid. All right. Only quickly afterwards do you realize that you just turned on the mining beam feature and set it to max. So you said you did 20?
Yes. 20 damage.
All right, yeah. You go, doop, 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 and then you see the whole thing go, and this whole thing starts to like move and shift as the heat's now pushing out of it. Then you go, and this beam fires out of it, and all the smoke and heat and stuff start to like rush off of the device. And as it does so, you can see it pierce through whatever protective layering this thing has, and arc across its back. It will stop for one moment and then continue to move.
And that's my turn.
That's your turn. You also see your mining or your Omni Jewel lose power because of that. Yes.
That's fine. Okay. I'm just like, holy crap.
It almost pushes you back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, actually, yeah, he just looks stunned at the power this thing has. And that's his turn.
Oh, Isaac, it's your turn.
Wonderful.
You gonna try your luck again?
I realized last time I have overclock, so.
Oh, you should have had two major actions.
By the time I realized it was too far down the road.
Oh, dang it. Well, get two of them now.
You know what? We're gonna roll the dice, and we're gonna give it another shot.
Okay, I will say that if it does fail, it will use all of your power for the turn unless you start using your batteries.
I have the battery pack torso modification.
Yep.
What kind of power does that add again?
Let me look here. I want to make sure we.
I don't have access to. Huh.
I wish I had kept that open, but I didn't. This should be under armor mods, I hope. It isn't on like an equipment mount, is it? It's just a mod?
Nope, just a mod.
Battery pack.
Yep.
Grants you additional +2 power when used, and regenerates after a rest. So you get a +2 power when you use it. And I believe it's a free action to use. Yeah. If it isn't before, I'm going to make it a free action use.
You're going to make it what?
A free action.
Oh, free action. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that's
in that case...
It has over other equipment, which uses a minor action to activate.
Gotcha. So I will go ahead and slap the battery pack on, and we're going to give that railgun another shot.
All right. You do still have 5 power from this turn now. You just have an additional 2 power for other weapons.
Perfect.
So go ahead, sir. Roll that percentile.
Trying to get my phone to cooperate here.
Okay, all good.
Ooh, 21. It was worth it. It was so worth it.
Beautiful. You charge it up again. It swings around back into your hand. Go ahead and attack, sir. Are you attacking Alicia or the machine? Machine. Gotcha. What did you say?
Well,
12?
yeah. 11
Okay.
and 1 win.
Dang.
Oh, no.
You fire this railgun, and you know the physical damage potential that this thing has, especially when it's working. And you can see you're able to kind of, it's unjammed itself since the last time. And you fire it off, and this rod fires straight towards it. Sadly, the rod itself, upon impact of its shield, disintegrates as it continues to move away. Although I will have you roll a perception for me.
Sweet. 12.
12. Nice. Luckily, this wasn't that hard. So,
Thank God.
what you are seeing is what seems to be... Actually, I don't know if I want to describe this. Hold on. One moment. I'm going to roll real quick. I'm trying to think of how this would occur. Okay. You're starting to notice glowing occur. And not from where you're shot or from its shield or anything like that. The ground is starting to physically glow in 3 different spots. And there's like an aura starting to appear in like a 5-foot space within 3 different sections. I'd say between Alicia and the Wordbringer.
Is a knowledge going to be a minor action to see if I would know what that is already?
Let you free it.
Or is that more of a technology?
No, I'll let you knowledge.
Okay. That's a nat 20, 2 wins.
Nice. That's pretty epic, man. You've seen this maybe once before, and probably not when you were on the defending side. You were maybe on the receiving side of something like this before. This might be Forgeborn related.
Conrad. Cost. Okay. I will use my second major action to go ahead and whip out the old grenade launcher.
All right, yeah. There you go.
How many... Is it 1 shot per power use? Or per major action?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have 10 nades.
Sweet. $15?
15? Fails. Sadly, you fire off another grenade. You can see it lands directly on it. And as it explodes, there's the dust and the smoke that comes out from it. And this thing is unharmed. And it continues to move away.
I will go ahead and use my movement to run a little bit farther southeast.
All right. Perfect. Josiah, if you can grab that.
What's up?
Can you move him southeast?
Oh, and you said, how many grenades did you say I had?
You have 10. It's in your inventory.
Oh, 10, so no.
How many feet did he move? Southeast?
Southeast, 30 feet?
30, yeah.
Cool.
As far away from this thing as I can get.
That's fair. All right. I'm going to draw a line at... Oh, that is not a line.
Right.
I'm going to draw a line. Now. There we go. Draw a line. What? You scared me. Sorry. Hey. going to draw a line
That's a
here.
sweet.
Thank you very much. Once you reach the line here, you are out of combat. And
How close that line, Mike?
I'll send a screenshot. You, I think, are one of the closest to it.
That's what we like to hear.
There you go. So if you guys can pass that line, you are out of combat and able to escape. But I believe that's your turn.
Yep.
And that will be Alicia's turn. She will begin to advance on you. Bren, you are closest. Oops, that is a pen. Alicia is going to attack you. Her blades are out, and she's going to swing at you. So let me know if this hits. Holy crap. What a way. Oh no. Natural 20. You're muted.
I'm sure that hits.
Yeah. Dang, man. She is going to deal a whopping 1 damage to you.
Wow.
And it is technically, she has a linear blade, so she can choose whether it's ballistic or energy. She's choosing to do it ballistic here. So it will not affect your shield. What kind of shield do you have? Static Hyperweave. Okay. Actually, it was a nat 20, so she does... Hold on, I gotta double the damage here. 4 damage to you.
Dear God.
Well, might as well call out the ambulance already.
Pack it up.
Bren's
Campaign's
gone.
over.
And then she will... I believe she only used a couple feet of her movement there. She's going to attack you again.
Joy.
For a 13.
Misses.
All right, yep. She swings the second attack, and it goes right, or you're able to dodge out of the way in time. So she hits you once, and it makes a pretty significant mark in your arm. And she looks like she's expressionless. That is her turn. All the allies. Oh no. Hunt is 100% going to run dash, as will the twins. Their own action never came to fruition because it never did anything hostile towards you guys. So she's going to move here too. Believe that should work. Yeah, that's more than enough. I believe that's 35. Yeah, the twins are actually able to get through and make it out of combat. Hunt is able to get right up next to Isaac. Oh, wow. Tanis is not going to be helpful here and will just also make it past the line to leave combat. I believe that's everybody. Oh, that is everyone. And I believe it is Ajax's turn.
Arn?
Tarn.
I am here.
Hello.
Your turn.
Okay. I know it's my turn.
Good.
Uh, hmm. But to bring away from me to attempt to break the things hold on her.
Attack the things hold on her? Like with your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't really see why not.
So if I can break her out of that, then she'd stop attacking.
Yeah, you can try. I'm gonna say you can try and mind warp it.
Awesome.
And that is taxing energy, so it'll use up your energy.
Yeah. Okay, if I can break her out, then that ends the battle with her.
Yes, it does.
Let me look up what else there.
What is your roll?
Making sure that's bad. My roll, so okay.
Side note, I can tell internet is out at my entire apartment complex because I can hear a lot of angry college students walking outside, touching grass.
Gotta love touching
That's
grass.
amazing.
That is pretty funny. At least it's not just you.
Yeah, the music has stopped all around me, and I can see people outside, and way too many. Way too many.
Don't you just hate it when you have to interact with the real world?
Yeah. Well, I'm still. I refuse to touch grass.
As we are playing a tabletop role-playing game.
Close enough.
A whopping 13.
13. You reach out with your mind and attempt to grasp this strange apparatus which is hovering around her head, and you're able to link onto it for a second. I'm gonna give you a chance, but I'm gonna have you roll a d4. We'll see what you roll. I was gonna have you just break it instantly if you rolled past a certain amount, which you didn't, but I will let you roll a d4 for your damage. What'd you roll? Do we lose Torn? Darn. You there? think he's gone. Perfect time.
He's shouting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I
he's
reach
here.
out. I reach out.
He rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2, or he put it in chat.
He put it in chat.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Just can't hear him right now, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, yeah, rolled a 2. It does not succeed. You see her flinch as you seem to have done something to her mind as much as you have done something to it. I believe that's your turn with Mind Warp.
To be.
Oh, I hear you now.
Can you
Wow.
do movement?
Go frickin' figure.
Yes, what are you doing for anything
I
else? You
guess
still
I-
have movement left.
There.
Nice. Okay, cool. Next in line is Bren. What you doing? You're also muted, just FYI.
His turn.
I have to unmute myself first. I keep forgetting that. I'll drill this game.
Want to roll a scan?
No, not a scan. A thinking part for Brian.
Gotcha.
The objective being whether or not he shoots her in the head or in the machines. For if he actually manages to hit. Oh, bro. Non-nat 22 to her head.
Wait,
Shotgun.
what? Natural 20?
Non-nat 20.
Oh, against
two.
her or against the machine?
Alicia.
You're like, sorry, it's obvious. You need to be put down. All right, yeah, that will succeed. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So by 3 RD, what does that mean?
3 roll damage, 3 d6s.
Okay.
That's pretty severe.
13 damage.
13. Dang.
Concussive.
That will succeed. She takes a torso full of lead as you just then she's not downed yet, but she is suddenly looking a lot worse than she was.
And is he able to move at all as
Yeah,
well?
you can move. Yeah, you have a movement. She's going to make a save.
Right.
Time.
Ooh. You, sir, did it. You did it. She took damage, which prompted her to re-roll. She needed to beat a 12. She met a 12.
Player favor.
Yep. Well, not.
You'd love to see it.
This is technically not player favor, because she's NPC. She just had to match the threshold or beat it.
Okay, got it.
If it was a player.
Oh, I thought it was
would
the whole
not
thing
have
else.
been
Never mind.
Usually, when it's ties and rolls or something between NPC and a player, it's a player favor thing.
No,
But
quite
when it's a
nice.
save, it doesn't quite work like that. Alicia will you just unload lead into her torso, and she'll go, "Ugh," and then you see the device go and fall to the ground and into pieces. Actually, it will not be into pieces. They'll kind of re-solidify into one solid apparatus. And she'll grab her head and then grab her entire body, like, "Oh, you just shot me." She'll go, "Ouch."
Not to harm her.
Thank you.
It's already running.
She's like, "Ah. Wait, what?" And
I'm
then
gonna go
run.
walk up and help her.
Okay, yep, and combat is over. By this point, the machine is moving away, but the bright lights that you've seen previously manifest 3 Forgeborn warriors, which quickly, I will put them down on the map just for reference's sake. It will have moved further, but 3 Forgeborn will have appeared.
Now I understand why Conrad chose to stick around for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But you can see all of them pay you no mind as they go to hunt this thing down. And they quickly disappear over the ledge that it has vanished over. Yes, that is combat. Combat is over, and we'll say that now all of you are safe and are running away at this point. That is where we will end for today.
Okay, cool.
Should I yell at the college students if
Cool.
that's back on?
No. No.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Actually, it would be kind of hysterical if you did to watch how many just immediately book it back inside, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I guarantee you. They're too broke to do anything else.
That's fair.
Alright.
I'm gonna pop off so I can sleep.
Yeah, it's getting early for you.
Because it is 7:28 in the morning for me.
Yep.
Let's go. It's called commitment.
Yes, I appreciate the commitment, that's for sure.
Thanks, Turin. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, have a good night.
Good night.
Good morning, Matt.
Good morning.
Alright.
Alrighty, well,
Awesome.
thanks for sticking around, folks. If you enjoyed, I will end the stream there, so thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.